Peace, peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrator, of course. Just realizing something that I have to, matter of fact, with anything, realizing a mistake, we got to keep it real about those things. And I just realized this vibe of like me making a mistake of trying to, kind of getting in a vibe of mistaken trying to help others on a lower level for balance, and I'll get more into explaining what I mean. But like I realized that I should never babyfy the humanity of our beings. In some cases where I made videos to resonate with people that's like, say for instance, that's new to all of this information. Like instead of just keeping it fully real, I kind of, like instead of just like, yeah, it's all about the subconscious, all about the subconscious, I dipped into some of these realms that may have been or could have been more detrimental than helpful, what I'm saying, to our spiritual growth. And I just have to admit that I never was supposed to babyfy my information at any point. That was me, just again part of the growth, realizing through experience. I had to go through the experience though to realize, like, all right, I see that I should have, never babyfied, like, because it's real serious about us, realizing that we are not humans, in which I always stayed on this vibe. But again, I just feel like in some places, I may have eased up too much to where people may have got like the wrong idea, in essence, which I know not to that extent, but again, just wanting to share that with everyone. Like, and I always do a good job at discussing, like, hey, like say for instance, we're dealing with TV or electronics, like you deal with TV, electronics, but realize, that's all mechanisms to keep us, locked down in this matrix. When I bring up, movies, especially the Disney movies, like I think about Kubo, where, it's always subtly trying to subconsciously program you to be scared of your God self and to overly love your human, experience and human existence, trying to trick you. And matter of fact, and that's the vibe. Like if anybody want to call anything like the devil or like something that's against you in that essence, it's whatever God created this matrix in or over this matrix in, that's trying to trick you to stay in it. That would be considered something like the devil. And that's why, we and not to resurrect this old Christianity vibe of the devil and this and that, but there is, as you say, there is a being, that in essence we're inside of, but for our for our brains to understand that we gotta say it's a planet or a plane of existence, but in this being's matrix, physical matrix. And it reminded me of the Truman Show. Like, in fact, of the Truman Show, towards the end, when the creator of the show was talking to Truman over the intercom, and Truman, realized he'd been on the show that whole time. Like at the end, it felt like that being that's over this matrix was talking directly to me at, because it correlates so strongly, in that moment. And you get to see how the same movie, like the Truman Show, like where all these messages in it, but depending on the perception or conscious level of a person watching it, that's what they'll get from the movie. Some people could really see like the occult and esoteric, deeper meanings to it. Some people like, haha, Jim Carrey, the Truman Show, haha. You know what I'm saying? Not really realizing the deeper message of it. But, I definitely felt that energy while watching it. I know you know, with a lot of things that I do, even though I may, how I say, slip up a little bit in my alignment with Source, it's never to a point where, you know, the things that I'm doing, you know, I'm always being guided by Source, you know, always being guided by higher self, intuition, you know, led to the truth through spirit. You know, that's another reason why I do my best to do these videos without a filter, like without feeling like I'm saying anything wrong or this, you know. Like if I'm expressing myself for a reason, you know. But yeah, I just definitely want to, again, get us up. And it's more so for myself, you know, just making sure, you know, I just always like to, you know, I'm a person where word is bond. So if I ever see myself, you know, messing up or saying something, you know, where I know better, then I gotta come back and correct that, you know. So again, with any information where I may have given it off in a manner that made it seem like, you know, being in this matrix should be something that you should, you know, love and accept. You know, again, because even with being in our bodies and loving our bodies, you know, again, accepting and loving your body to the point of just like a bodysuit. Like if I go to Mars right now, you know, I'm not gonna try to damage my spacesuit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to operate while on that planet. So, you know, it's not necessarily that I'm worshiping my spacesuit and feeling like you know, and not to a point of like I'm feeling my spacesuit so much to where I think that's what I am. You know, that's basically, you know, it's a spacesuit. That's all it is. Little suit, little costume, little persona for this act, for this movie, for this matrix. You know? Don't let the heart weigh heavier than a feather. You know, at the end of the day, you know, realizing death is an illusion. We transitioning out of body, so don't take it to heart when a family member, somebody you know, transition. You know, all this stuff with the oppressors and all this, like doing this and they shot another virgin on TV. You know, it is what it is. That's a part of the matrix. That's a part of the game. Not saying that you may not get riled up and feel like you want to, you know, do something. But again, realize that, you know, you shouldn't be, again, it's like that perfect balance of attachment with detachment. You know, like you here, you living, you acting like, again, like that's why the movie analogy is so perfect, because, you know, when a person go to act in a movie, they gonna do their best, you know what I'm saying? But they still know that, hey, I'm acting in a movie and I gotta go home after this, you know? That's a little exact, like it don't get no more exact to it than that as far as our experience here, you know? It's like, play this little role to the fullest, you know? Then I'm out. Going home, and the director don't control what I do at my crib, control what we do on the set of this movie, you know. And when I say control, you know, to an extent, just like I control certain things in my body, but then I don't. As above, so below. Still certain parts of my body that could be like, man, you tripping. You know, like you trying to kill us, or you trying to, you know, that same vibe. But again, we're getting up out of this thing. You know, the whole reason why Kemet, you know, quote unquote, better known as Egypt to some, you know, but they think, they was worshiping dead. It wasn't worshiping dead. It was like, fuck, we know we not from this matrix and of this matrix, so we making sure we remember how to get the fuck out of this matrix. That's all that was about. You know, and you see the agenda by like, I mean, at this point, you should know what Hollywood and all these people is up to, you know. So when you see these movies and it's like, oh, I love your humanity. I love being a human. I love, you know what I'm saying? And that's where the chess game get real, where nobody being racist, but you start to see where, you know, people who may lack melanin, or if they have melanin, they not activating it. Let's just say it like that. People who not activating their melanin, you know, their neuromelanin, their carbon, however you want, whatever word you want to use for it, they're a little more attached to this matrix, you know. And now it's getting to a time where it ain't time to be playing, like literally how we say, no time to fuck around with the fuck around, you know. Those that want to stay in this motherfucker, let them stay, you know, because again, I'm starting to see the importance of it. And not even tripping out and taking that to heart, like, oh, let me stress myself out. Can't make sure, you know, it's like, nah, you know, just make sure, you know, that you start to get more and more into the vibe of realizing that this place is, you know, a matrix where we just playing in this movie, you know. And you start to realize how much some people like where it ain't like, oh yeah, all of us about to awake and know what's going on. Not necessarily. And that's why you see it is just like a school. Like, you know, some souls get to a certain point. Like, we're all going to be at certain points of this realization, you know. Some souls know of, not only know this a matrix, but they know of, you know, very familiar with other realms outside of this one, you know. Some of us know this a matrix and we're not that familiar with it, you know what I'm saying? So it's levels to all of, it's levels to this shift. But just definitely wanted to share that message with y'all. But I'm out. Peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past.